Say anything, gentlemen, you are excused.
And that's the whole story, Inza. As long as the secret is out, you might as well know.
Well, that's awful. How could it have happened?
Oh, it beats us. We've been trying to work it out on our way over here to see you.
Do you think that Mr. Yates might have been responsible? He might have tried to make a private deal with Mallory.
Well, it's a possibility, all right, but I don't know of any way we could prove it.
Well, I'd like to try choking it out of him.
Anyhow, I know one thing. You and Bart didn't let the news out. Oh, you didn't even tell me about it, and I was helping you last night.
Sure, it must have been Yates.
I wonder. Well, there's one other possibility.
What's that?
Remember those first copies we ran off?
The smudged ones? What about them?
Are you sure you burned all of them?
Well, of course I did. I emptied the wastebasket the last thing I did. There wasn't even a scrap of paper in it.
The wastebasket? Oh, my goodness.
What's wrong, Inza?
Well, what did the wastebasket have to do with the secret?
Oh, everything. After we'd set up the type, we ran off a few trial proofs. They were smudged, and Bart dumped them into the wastebasket.
Well, sure, but I burned them before we left the office.
Oh, no,
Frank, there isn't
this
the slight...
is horrible.
What is it, Inza? You actually look frightened.
I am. Frank, I know who was responsible now.
Who?
I was.
What?
While you and Bart were running off the proofs, a man came up to get the cut of an ad he'd run in the paper, and I had to have something to wrap the cut in, so I took a sheet of paper from the wastebasket.
Good Lord, the proofs.
That isn't the worst of it, Frank. The man was Mr. Mallory himself.
What?
Oh, there's the explanation. Oh. We are responsible after
Oh,
all.
what a mess. Well, we'll have to tell Professor Stafford at once.
Frank, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you couldn't help it, Inza. It was our fault. We were too careless with the proofs.
But can't we do something about it, Frank?
It's too late now, Inza. The deal's off as long as Mallory sticks to his new prize.
Wait, Bart. There's just one slight chance.
What is it?
Well, I don't know this Mr. Mallory. Maybe he's the type who would listen to reason.
Well, not from what I've heard about him, Frank.
I don't know, Bart. He lives on a farm just outside of town. Suppose we go see him and explain the whole deal.
Let's try it, Frank. Let's try anything.
Here we are.
I hope Mallory's here. Don't forget we've got to get back for practice.
Yeah. Let me help you out.
Thank you, Frank.
All right, come on. Let's go up the house and find him. Watch it into the football.
I got it.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, that was some catch, mister.
Oh, for heaven's sake, it's the little Mallory boy.
Oh, Miss Burridge. Gee, he must be a regular football player.
He certainly is. This is Frank Merriwell from Yale.
Frank Merriwell? Jiminy, I've heard all about you. Hey, and this must be Bart Hodge.
That's right. How are you, Jimmy?
Fine, thanks. Boy, wait till I tell my father who's here.
Oh, incidentally, Jimmy, we came to see your father. Where is he?
In the barn over there. He'll be out in a minute, though. Golly, Mr. Merriwell. I always wanted to meet you and Mr. Hodge. Maybe you could help me.
Help you, Jimmy?
I mean, to grow up to be a football player like you.
Well, you've got a head start already, if you ask me. And that was some kick you made.
Gee, thanks. But I'd like to learn how to kick better.
Well, that's easy, Jimmy. All you have to do is meet the ball just the right way and get plenty of drive behind it. Now, look, I'll show you. Hold the ball this way, with your right hand extended along the seams.
Yeah, I see.
And don't try to kick it like a ballet dancer. Just a normal follow-through.
Well, tell him about how to meet the ball with his foot, Frank.
That's right. Now, you don't kick it with your toe like a drop kick. You boot the ball with your instep. Now, here, I'll show you.
I'm watching.
All right, here goes.
Golly, look at that ball sail. I could never kick it like that, Mr. Merriwell. That must have gone about 80 yards.
I'm sure you could, Jimmy. Just keep practicing what I showed you.
I sure will. I wish I could see you two playing a game, though.
Well, it's a little late for that, Jimmy. Tomorrow's the last game of the season.
Gee, that's too bad.
Would you really like to see it, Jimmy?
Would I? Yeah, but what's the use? Like Mr. Hodge says. It's too late now.
Oh, I don't know. How about those 2 tickets you were saving for your father, Bart?
2 tickets? Golly.
That's right. He can't make the game, and it'd be a shame to waste them, wouldn't it, Frank?
Do you think your father would take them, Jimmy?
You bet he would.
Hello
Here
there.
he comes now, you'll see.
What's going on, son?
Oh, Dad, would you take me to the Harvard-Yale game tomorrow, would you?
The Harvard-Yale game? You dreaming, boy? Where would I get tickets for it?
These people want to give them to us.
Give them to us?
Sure. This is Frank Merriwell, and this is Burt Hodge. You've heard of them, haven't you?
Why, sure. Everybody around here has. Glad to meet you, gentlemen.
Well, how do you do, sir?
Thank you.
But what's all this about game tickets?
Well, your boy Jimmy is quite a football fan, Mr. Mallory, and we happen to have 2 extra tickets.
Oh, you'll take him, won't you, Mr. Mallory? His heart's set on it.
Well, now, under the circumstances, I don't see how I can refuse.
Yippee! I'm going to a football game tomorrow!
Well, that's mighty nice of you,
Well,
folks.
that's all right, Mr. Mallory. We'll send the tickets over first thing in the morning. But what we really came out here to see you about was that land deal of yours.
What land deal?
Oh, Frank means the property you're thinking of selling to Yale University?
Oh, that.
Yes, sir.
Say, what do you boys know about that deal?
Well, quite a lot, Mr. Mallory, and we understand you've doubled your price.
That's right, I have, and I mean to stick to it, too. What about it?
Well, now, don't misunderstand me, Mr. Mallory. I don't want to interfere, but it seems to me you're making a mistake.
Oh, I am I? In just what way?
Well, you think that Yale has all kinds of money at its disposal and that it'll meet your price eventually, no matter how high it is.
And what's wrong with that? They'll meet my price if they want the land.
But that's the point. They won't. They can't. They simply don't have the money. Now, if you insist on the new price, you'll be worse off than you were before, because I can guarantee that Yale will not meet it.
And I say they will. Oh, I see your scheme now. You thought you could come out here, give us a couple of tickets to the game, and buy me off. Well, it won't work. I'm sticking to my guns. And as for your tickets, you can keep them. We don't want any part of them.
Dad, you don't mean that.
Don't I? Well, you just wait and see. Who do these people think they are anyhow?
Just a minute, Mr. Mallory. Don't take this out on your boy. In spite of your attitude, our offer for the tickets still goes. We did that for Jimmy, not you. Come on, let's get back to town.
Well, Jimmy, I'm glad your father finally agreed to bring you. Are you excited?
Oh, yes, Miss Burge. Aren't Frank and Bart wonderful?
I think so. Now watch this next play. Frank is back in punt formation.
I hope he gets off one like he did at the farm. Watch this, Dad. Watch Frank kick.
I'm watching. He'd better look out for those Harvard linemen.
There it goes. Kick it, Frank. Get it away. Oh, a beauty.
Wow, all the way back to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, but look at that Harvard back. Run with it.
Come on, tackle him. Tackle him. Oh, he's getting away.
Oh, look, here comes Frank. Smear him, Frank. Smear him. That's it. He got him. He stopped him.
Yes, but not until he ran it back 30 yards. You mark my words, son. This Harvard team is going to be tough.
Oh, tough luck, Frank. I missed that block.
Oh, it wasn't your fault, Bart. I should have been away on that one. I just can't seem to get
Oh,
going.
they're pushing us all over the field. We've got to start rolling.
Well, it's a little late this quarter. The half will be over in 25 seconds.
I know. Woodward for Merriwell! Substitution. What's the idea of the coach taking you out, Frank? Is he trying to show you up?
Oh, I don't blame him. Keep fighting in there, gang.
Yeah, right, Frank. Over here, Frank.
That's it. What's the matter, Coach? Why'd you take me out?
You tell me what's the matter. You're playing like an old woman in there.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. It's this business about the land sale. It's my responsibility. I can't get it off my mind. I feel terrible about it.
Well, you'll feel worse if you blow the game. I took you out to give you a chance to come to your senses.
Oh, there's the half. You're right, Coach. It'll be a different story next half.
It better be. Come on, get to the dressing room.
Time's running out on us. The last quarter's almost over.
I know, but one touchdown will put us out in front. Now, what do you say, gang? Let's make it this time. All right. Signal. 45, 36, 25, 67.
Come on, Frank. I'll get the fullback this time.
Hike. 1, 2, 3.
This way, Frank. Here it goes.
Nice block. That's the one I needed.
Get him more, Frank. Cut. You're in the clear now. Run, Frank. Run. He's over. It's a touchdown.
Come on, Yale. Hold one more minute and the game is won.
They can hold them. Just watch. They'll smear.
Oh, what a game this has been. For a long time, I didn't think those boys could pull it out of the fire.
If they can just stop that Harvard back. What's his name?
Donnelly. That young man will take a lot of stopping. Watch him on this play. Here they go.
Get on line. Break it up.
Look at him cut through tackle.
They got him. Nice tackle, Burt.
I told you Yale would smear them. Look, Dad, people are starting to crowd around the sidelines. Can I go down? Can I?
No, sir. You stay right here. The game's almost over.
But, gee, I want to get down close.
Never mind. Now watch this Harvard play.
Oh, if Yale can only stop them once more.
I want to see this. I'm going down
Hey,
there.
Jimmy, come back here.
He's running down to the sidelines. Jimmy, come back.
Here they come. That in sweep. Look out, boy. Tackle him. Good fight, he missed. Tackle him, Frank. It's up to you. I'll get him.
I'll stop for you, Frank. I'll get him.
Good Lord, Jimmy, get off the field. You'll get hurt.
I'll get the runner.
Never mind Jimmy, Frank. Tackle the runner. Jimmy, look out. Come here.
Mr. Merriwell, the runner. You let him get away.
Jimmy, you little fool. If I hadn't snatched you out of the way, you'd have been killed.
It's a Harvard touchdown. Frank, you just threw the game away.
I know, Bart, but I couldn't let Jimmy get trampled.
Oh, what a break. We had the game sewed up, and now this.
Oh, wait. What happened?
Harvard offside! Bring the ball back! It's a penalty. The touchdown doesn't count.
There's a real break point. Jimmy,
Yes, sir.
get off the field. And this time, stay off. Harvard has to run their play again, and this time they're going to be thrown for a loss. Come on, gang!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to hear from our guest, Mr. Mallory of New Haven. Mr. Mallory.
Mallory? I didn't see him.
What is he doing, Frank? Coming here to
Thank
blow?
you.
Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm no speaker, so I'll make this brief and to the point. I saw something happen today that I didn't believe possible. A young man playing his heart out for Yale in the most important game of the whole year deliberately sacrificed that game, risked making himself the GOAT just to save a little boy from getting hurt. Fortunately, Yale won anyhow, but the fact remains it was the most outstanding piece of real sportsmanship I've ever seen. And I don't say that just because the little boy happened to be my own son.
My goodness. Mr. Mallory has a heart after all.
Now, I say that any university which produces a young man like this deserves every bit of support it can get. That's why I have changed my mind and decided to donate absolutely free the land for Yale's new civil engineering school.
Oh, what a wonderful gesture.
It certainly is. Aren't you proud of your father, Jimmy?
Why, sure, I guess I am. But I'm proud of you, too, Frank. After all, you won the football game.
And so ends another exciting adventure with Frank Merriwell, beloved hero of American fiction, brought to you in a new series of stories by the National Broadcasting Company. And be sure to listen again next week at this same time when Frank Merriwell returns in another of his celebrated exploits. Frank is played by Lawson Zerby, Bart is Hal Studer, and Inza is Elaine Rost. Other members of the cast were Edgar Staley, Joseph Boland, John McGovern, Richard Keith, and David Anderson. Original music on today's show is by Paul Taubman. The Adventures of Frank Merriwell is written by Ruth and Gilbert Braun and William Welch, and the entire production is under the direction of Ed King. This is Mel Brand speaking.